This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest from Alpena Community College with Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first guest today is Stephanie Gandula from Thunder Bay National Marine Sanctuary. Good morning, Stephanie.
Good morning, Nancy.
As we're taping this, the end of the year is next week. Things are crazy. I know you're busy at the sanctuary, and I know that you're especially busy doing the film festival.
That's right. We have spent the holiday season preparing for the 4th annual Thunder Bay International Film Festival, and that is happening January 27th through the 31st. And we've got tickets on sale now,
Yay.
Which is very exciting. People are buying them for stocking stuffers. They're buying them for Christmas presents even, because there's all sorts of different options with attending the film festival.
Okay.
You can either buy a ticket for just one program, just come for a regular, hour and a half, and that's only $6.
Okay.
Or you can buy the full festival pass, which we're calling the Thunder Pass.
Okay.
And that is $85.
All right.
And that will get you into all the events.
And the receptions.
And the receptions,
Yes,
that's right. In
okay.
fact, we've added quite a bit. It's been such a hit. It's definitely growing, and with lots of community partners coming on board, lots of sponsors, lots of restaurants and bakeries and coffee shops that want to be a part of it. And so there's all sorts of fun stuff happening. So Friday night we do have our opening night reception.
Okay.
Lots of fun stuff happening there. Visiting filmmakers, some special announcements to be made. Opportunities to buy DVDs and books that you don't have an opportunity to buy usually.
Okay.
That's Friday night. That's
All
the
right.
opening reception, and wonderful hors d'oeuvres that evening. Saturday night, we're going to have another evening reception, and that is $20. So a little bit scaled back,
Okay.
but still a fun night out for sure. Visiting filmmakers talking about their movies. There'll be beer and wine available for sale both Friday and Saturday
Okay.
night. And then all day Saturday and all day Sunday, we'll have film programs that you can attend.
If
Lots
I
of
was going to
movies.
come to one
Oh.
film, which one would you say I would need to? It's a must-see.
Oh my goodness.
Putting you on the spot.
You are. And the first one that comes to mind is Pygmy Seahorses.
Okay.
So what is a Pygmy Seahorse?
Yes.
You will find out if you come to Film Festival.
Wow.
So the way the Film Festival works is we have, each program really has anywhere from 4 to 8 films in it.
Okay.
Because these films range in length from 2 minutes up to feature-length films.
Okay.
And so the Pygmy Seahorses is on Friday night.
All right.
And it is only 2 minutes long, but let me tell you, it's a favorite.
Ooh, okay.
It's a beautiful
And then
film.
you've added a new element on Thursday night this year.
We've added Shark Night.
Okay.
A lot of ocean-based film festivals have specific programs, like a surfing program, which we have one of those too,
Ooh.
and then a shark program, and those are very popular. Sharks, of course, everyone loves to learn about sharks, such amazing creatures. So Thursday night, we've partnered with Thunder Bay Theater, and that'll be the location of those
Okay.
screenings and that reception. That's only $10. And Thunder Bay Theater gets a portion of the proceeds. The Friends of Thunder Bay National Marine Sanctuary
Okay.
gets a portion of the proceeds. And we can accommodate many more people in the Thunder Bay Theater. So we're really excited to add a new venue
Yes.
to watch these films.
Okay, so tell me about surf.
The surf one is going to be Sunday morning.
Okay.
And so there's a whole, culture of surf movies.
Okay.
And
Oh,
beautiful,
yes.
beautiful soundtracks. Really neat imagery, beautiful photography, cinematography from all over the world. So Sunday morning, we placed it then because it's a nice relaxing sort of thing to
Oh,
watch.
just thinking of the surf rolling in
Oh,
and that
exactly.
noise. And
Yep, so that's Sunday morning is the surf
Okay.
program. And if you want to just come to the surf program, that's only $6.
will there be surfers there?
Well, I'll be there, and I've tried to surf.
Well, the important lesson I learned about surfing is jump off before you hit shore.
Yes, that's a very good lesson.
I learned that the hard way.
Right, me too.
And then, you call this an international film festival because we do have filmmakers from all over coming to this festival, or we're going to have their films.
We absolutely do. In fact, I just got word that one of the filmmakers who's from Sweden is going to come for the the Saturday night program.
Okay.
And that film is a documentary film about a very famous shipwreck from the 16th century. Wow. So way older than our shipwrecks here, and an amazing site, and people from all over the world have dove on this site. Very, very popular technical diving depth site. I think it's 200 feet deep.
Oh, okay.
And it's called the Mars. And so we're waiting to hear, this very well might be the U.S. premiere of the Mars film.
Okay.
And that'll be Saturday night, and the producer filmmaker is coming from Stockholm.
Yay, so give me an idea of some of the other films. We do have enough time to talk about that.
Okay, very good. Some of the other films, we've got a great session on Sunday afternoon all about plastic pollution. And so that's kind of depressing, I know, but it's important for all of us to know about it. And there's films, some short films, some longer films in that session. The cool thing about this session is there's going to be a panel discussion afterwards with some local teachers and some local students and some community partners who have been doing projects based on plastic pollution.
When you brought in that the stomach contents of that albatross, I could not believe what was in the stomach of an albatross.
Right, and that's what we're going to be talking about. We'll probably have some of those those boluses, they call those, some things, interactive activities really for people to really understand how even here in the beautiful Great Lakes, where it seems like we don't have the pollution that you see on the TV, we do, and it's an important issue. There's some great projects that the Northeast Michigan Great Lakes Stewardship Initiative has spearheaded with a number of different schools, some 4-H clubs, and they're going to be sharing what they've done. So it's going to be really neat to see the teachers and the students on this panel talking about, collecting samples to study plastic pollution, but also doing projects that help the community really understand the issue. There was the Earth Day Bag Project, for example.
Right.
So some of those students will be there talking about that during that panel. So that's another interesting, pretty unique program, Sunday at 3 o'clock.
Okay, and we're almost out of time now, so I want to make sure that where can people go to get a complete listing of everything that's going to be going on?
Yes, so you can go to the Friends. It's a fundraiser for the Friends of the Sanctuary, so thunderbayfriends.org. And this year, for the first time, you can buy tickets online. We're very excited about that. So you can also go to the Sanctuary store and buy tickets right there at the store. You can also give them a call and pay on over the phone.
So $85 to see all the films, or $6 for individual films.
That's exactly right.
Plus get in and all the other good stuff if you buy a ticket for all of them.
That's right, and we have T-shirts this year. I forgot to mention.
Yay.
Cool looking film festival T-shirts.
And I always like to tell people, remember to visit the Sanctuary store. If you're looking for something for someone from out of town or someone who seems to have everything, wonderful merchandise, very affordably priced at the Sanctuary store.
That's right, and we have some new stuff in just for the holidays, and we're also open on Sundays now.
That's right. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Look forward to talking to you in January. We can hear the final lineup of the film festival.
Yes, thank you, Nancy.
Thank you. I'll be right back with some information from the Alpena Area Chamber of Commerce following these messages. Hi, welcome back. My last guest today is Jackie Krofcheck from the Alpena Area Chamber of Commerce. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Nancy.
It's the year end. I know you had a tremendous year at the Alpena Chamber, and as everybody thinks of the chamber winding down, actually, you're already into next year.
Yeah, we were just laughing with the staff the other day. We said, usually this time in December, things are getting a little slower because people are starting to take vacation for the holidays. But we are just swamped more than we've ever been this time of the year. And really, a lot of it has to do with the fact that we're going to have an incredibly busy 2016. So we're planning, we're getting a lot of things put in order, and we're very excited about some of the programming we have coming up. And
when we met this week earlier for our Good Morning Alpena meeting, and we talked about ideas and suggestions for Good Morning Alpena, people think, what would you do? Oh my goodness. We had so many subjects, so many businesses, so many wonderful things going on in Alpena. We had a hard time funneling it down and coming up with a program because there's too much.
I know, we thought it was funny because we said, well, maybe we need to do an extra GMA, just stick it in there to actually cover more of the stuff that we want to talk about. It's just, Alpena's so exciting that you can't put it all into 6 GMA programs.
And that's very, very true. And I know you have some seminars and things coming up, too, that we want to talk about.
Yeah, and since we talked about GMA, we can talk about that first.
Yes, that's coming up.
Yep, so our first one to kick off 2016 is actually January 8th. And the topic of it, because we always have a theme, is business lessons learned the hard way. So we're excited that there should be some business stories that we'll hear that people have learned some lessons from. And, you can do things the easy way and listen to advice, or you can do things the hard way and learn hands-on sometimes that, things that you could be doing better. So we'll learn some of those lessons at that first GMA.
It'll be a little bit of a different format, too, this time. And it'll be, we always try to strive to make them exciting and, so they're not mundane and it's not the same thing each time. And I think we've done it.
I think so, too. And that is one of the things that we actually take a lot of pride in at the Chamber, is that we are constantly striving to improve everything we do. So if you look at some of the concepts of like lean manufacturing or lean management or Six Sigma, it's that constant continuous improvement. We follow the same rules, so we're pretty happy about that. We do have, after the January GMA, then they're every other month through the rest of the year. And
Okay.
of course, the schedule is always available on our website or just by calling our office.
Okay. And how are we set for sponsors for GMAs?
We are full.
Okay.
Yes, so
Amazing.
those fill up pretty fast. They're pretty easy to get sponsors for. January is a really busy month for us with a lot of other things going on
Yes.
too. So in addition to the first GMA event, we also have a new program we're kicking off that it kind of falls into our leadership development component of what we do, and it's a program called Thriving Michigan.
Yes.
And it has to do with conscious capitalism. So it may be an unfamiliar term to a lot of people, but the basic boiled down version of what conscious capitalism is running your business or organization in a way that you're focused on something bigger than just your bottom line.
Okay.
So for example, a financial institution might say they're going to practice conscious capitalism, and not only do they want to provide excellent banking services or credit union services to their customers, but they also want to make sure that every single fifth grader has a financial knowledge at a certain level.
Perfect.
So that would be the bigger picture of what they're in existence for. And the research and data shows that businesses that operate in this way not only have actually a much greater profitability, but they also contribute a lot more to the survival and growth of their own community.
Great. And how do we attend this event?
So all of the information for that event, it's on January 20th in the
Okay.
morning. All the information is on our website, but it is pre-registration or purchase your
Okay.
tickets in advance. There is a small fee for chamber members and a little bit of a bigger fee, but not unaffordable for non-members.
Okay. So we need to get registered for that because it's something that if you own a big business, a small business, you're self-employed, whatever you are, you need to attend this event.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you the story of how we ended up bringing it here.
Okay.
So we vet a lot of different programs every year.
Sure.
And we're very picky about the ones we actually put out to our members because we get approached by so many places asking us to do programs. So we only try to pick the very best. When I saw the program for the first time on Conscious Capitalism by the presenter, his name is Nathan Havey, I was so blown away by it. I contacted him that afternoon and said, we have to bring you to Alpena. It was the information and the concept and the way he explains it is just so outstanding. I knew it would be very beneficial.
Okay, very good. Now we're moving into February and the annual dinner.
Yes, so when you've been to the dinner, you know how much work it is to put it together.
Sellout crowd every year.
Yes, absolutely. The crowd has grown and grown and grown. We had to expand into the biggest space we could find. So now it's at the Aplex in
Okay.
both of the rooms. We'll have 600 people there.
Okay.
It is February 11th, $30 per person. You can get tables of 8 reserved. We will do several business awards. We'll do the Citizen of the Year award and a brand new award this year. We're trying very hard to give our volunteers and our ambassador group more recognition. So we're going to have an Ambassador of the Year award as well.
Wonderful. And we're looking for nominations for all the categories. So how does someone nominate someone, and again, what are the categories?
Okay, so the nomination forms are all available either from us or on our
Okay.
website. There's Citizen of the Year, which is always you would nominate someone else for that award.
Right.
The rest of the awards can be self-nominations,
Okay.
or you can nominate another organization.
Okay.
But we've got Business of the Year, the Up and Coming Award. We've got the Customer Service Award of the Year. And then we have an award called the Culture Change Agent.
Ooh.
So this is our effort to promote doing innovative, new, cool things for your business or for the community. And like I said, you can self-nominate for those, and we encourage people to do so.
Okay, and especially the Citizen of the Year. You know, look around the community. Think of the movers and the shakers, the people who give back so much to the community while empowering the business community and making things better for our community and their workers and everything. We've had some really great candidates in the past, so let's get a really great candidate this year.
Yeah, and I'd say one of the hardest things for me with that award is that we get nominations and everybody deserves it. And it's
Yes.
so hard when the committee chooses it. Thankfully, I don't have to choose it.
Okay.
But it's so hard because I want to recognize all of them.
Okay, and we have a little bit of time left, and before we get into another event, I just want to let people know about volunteers at the Chamber. You mentioned the Ambassadors Club. You have so many wonderful volunteers who are in so many committees and do so much to help, and there's always room for more volunteers.
Yeah, not just for the Chamber, for a lot of organizations, you see things in the community that you say, well, I wish that wasn't going away, or I wish this would happen or that would happen. A lot of times it's because there aren't enough volunteers, and people can only do so much. our time is stretched so thin. Our volunteers give everything they can. I mean, you're a volunteer for us. You know how much our volunteers give and give and give, and there's definitely always room for more people.
Okay, and we just have enough time to briefly mention the 4th of July parade. We're looking for volunteers.
It's such a controversial issue right now, and I wish I could sit down with the whole community and explain our thought process on this.
Okay.
It's hard to explain in a short time, but we are looking to hand off the 4th of July parade to another organization or a group of friends of the parade or patrons of the parade, whatever you want to call it. The parade just does not provide the value for our members that a lot of the other things we do provide.
Right.
And so it makes more sense for us to use that staff time and volunteer time on something much more productive and effective. So we're really hoping that people who love the parade will step forward and help make it happen.
Okay, we're out of time, and you have an open door policy. Stop in and talk to you about it. Email you, do whatever. Come and talk to you, because you are wonderful and easy to talk to, and you listen to both sides.
We try to, so thank you very much.
Looking forward to the new year, getting you back here to find out other things that are planned.
There's always stuff going on.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Please stay tuned for Dr. Don McMaster following these messages.
Good morning. I am Jay Walterite, Director of Public Information and Marketing for Alpena Community College, and this is the ACC portion of Talk of the Town. With me this morning is Dawn Stone, Director of our TACT grant. The TACT grant and activities have been in the news a lot lately. Why don't you tell our viewers, just to start, what does TACT stand for?
Well, TACT is a Department of Labor Employment Training Administration grant, and it stands for Trade Adjustment Assistance Community College Career Training Grant. So yes, it is a mouthful, 2 A's and 3 C's. But we're very excited and very honored to be able to provide services funded by this grant, and we've done some really exciting things lately, so it's nice to be noted for that in the news.
Great. Well, you've been very active lately. The grant has been very active. There's been a lot of things going on. There's different portions of the grant for different activities. Why don't you talk about what's prevalent right now?
Sure. We have a $2.5 million grant, and what we decided to do inside that grant was we chose 4 different tracks, and they're all covered by STEM industries: science, technology, engineering, and math. We chose to pursue training and innovation in things like cybersecurity, aerospace, green energy, and advanced manufacturing. Our industries in our community and in our state and in our nation have all indicated that those are growing fields, and fields in which individuals need additional advanced training to be successful in.
And advanced manufacturing has gotten a lot of attention lately. Why don't you talk about some of our efforts in that area?
It has. Advanced manufacturing, we're from Michigan, and people from Michigan make things. And so it's really fun and exciting and energetic to be offering additional training associated with advanced manufacturing. Manufacturing, clearly has changed significantly over the last few years, and it's become much more technical. It's less dirty. It requires a lot more math skills, a lot more technical skills, and associated with that, some of the pieces of equipment that we have had in the past or that companies have had in the past are advancing at light speed. So the grants allowed us to be able to purchase some additional equipment to put into our lab and be able to train our instructors and to be able to train our students and our future students on the most state-of-the-art equipment. So for example, we purchased a number of welders. We've also installed a CMM machine, which is a coordinate measuring machine. Clearly I'm not a manufacturer, but that's what they say it is. We've got a new CNC mill, a new CNC lathe coming, and probably the most interesting piece of equipment is a robotic welder. So we're excited to be able to start providing training on that as well.
And these are all pieces of equipment that people would use when they're working in businesses in Northeast Michigan.
That is correct. We've actually been out and been talking to businesses to see what they currently use and what they foresee, using in the future. What are they forecasting as being some of the advanced skills that they'll need, down the road as well. So we can be prepared to get people on the right on the right road to success.
Well, great. The equipment is very exciting, and we're using some of that equipment to build out a new lab down at our Oscoda campus, and I want to talk about that. I want you to talk about that in just a minute. But the equipment is only as good as the people who are running it. So why don't you talk a little bit about what the college is doing for people training?
Absolutely. We have a significant number of traditional students, but we really tried this week we've been trying to reach out to some of the folks who have not maybe thought about going to college or not really thought about advancing their skills. And so we did some recruitment, and we went through the Michigan Works agencies, we went through the Michigan Rehabilitation Services, and then we also put an ad in the paper, and we marketed to unemployed and underemployed adults. And the intent is, as I said, to show them that manufacturing is different, that it's advanced, that you need to be smart to be able to do a lot of the advanced manufacturing that's out there, and to be able to show them the machines and the tools that we have on campus. And it's been extremely exciting. We've filled the class with 12 students. On Monday they did some CAD, so they actually designed some parts on the computer. And on Tuesday they did some welding, and then today and tomorrow they're actually doing some work with the mill and the lathe. On the last day of the camp, the students get an opportunity to meet with some manufacturers. And so we've asked manufacturers who have jobs open or who are forecasting that they'll have some positions open to come onto campus and actually interview some of the participants in the boot camp. We're calling it Advanced Manufacturing Boot Camp. So they actually get an opportunity to practice interviewing. We had some folks come in from manufacturers in our community and present to the class what are some of the do's and don'ts of applying for a job and then being successful at the job. They did some plant tours, so they get to see really what is out there in our community.
What it's like to work in a manufacturing business.
Yep. So it's been very, very well received. We've got some folks who have to change careers due to disabilities and that kind of thing. And we've got some people who are just, choosing to open, other doors.
That's right, new career. That's a great thing.
Yeah.
Why don't you talk a little bit about the efforts down at our Huron Shores campus?
Well, Huron Shores has had an industrial technology certificate program, which is a 9-month, 2-semester program, but they didn't have any hands-on options in Oscoda. And so we saw, by utilizing this grant, the opportunity to be able to bring some of the hands-on work, some of the machines that some of the local manufacturers are using there on the base. We've got a beautiful building, and we've got the space with a little bit of renovations. We're able to put in some really fantastic equipment. We're putting in some 3D printers, some AC/DC electrical trainers, a hydraulic pneumatic trainer, a mill and a lathe, and a lot of inspection equipment as well. And again, we've worked with the employers in the community to find out what their needs are so that we can be able to provide that to them. We're also doing some outreach to the community, to the K-12 schools, to be able to do some career tech type courses for them and with them.
Great, that's very important.
It is.
So we'll have the machines, we'll have the curriculum to teach students how to work the machines. In the end, we hope that they get great jobs, and we hope the employers in the area get great employees.
Absolutely.
All right, well, wonderful. Thank you very much for that update, Dawn.
Thank you.
It was all very good information, very exciting, and we would encourage anybody who's thinking about advanced manufacturing and those types of jobs to contact the college and see what our options are and how we can help you out. Well, that's about all our time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Dawn.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you. Thank you for joining me. I'm Jay Walterwright, Director of Public Information and Marketing for Alpena Community College, and this is Talk of the Town.
This has been Talk of the Town with your hosts, Nancy Smitham and Don McMaster. For a list of events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on the community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.
The Talk of the Town furniture and set design are provided by Young Appliance Art Van Furniture on US 23 South in Alpena.